Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about D-Day, better known as Operation Overlord. Now, I should mention that D-Day just means the day a specific invasion is going to start. So there had been multiple D-Days, and then you'll hear D-Day plus one, plus two. That's the amount of days since whatever operation had begun. So D-Day is known as Operation Overlord. This is the invasion of Normandy, thus allowing the Allies a stronghold in France at the time. The weather actually plays an impact on what day the Allies would land on Normandy. Eisenhower wanted to attack on June 5th of 1944, though it gets delayed by a day. His meteorologist correctly called that there was going to be a storm and rough seas on June 5th, so they said don't attack that day. Delaying was super risky because it meant the whole operation might not be that big of a secret. With that said, if the Allies did not attack in between the window of about June 5th to 7th, the whole operation would be delayed a couple weeks until the tides in the English Channel favored back towards the Allies. By the way, the tides were so bad and that the Germans did not think the Allies could attack anywhere that Erwin Rommel is going to go away. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. This is Erwin Rommel. He's known as the Desert Fox and is one of Germany's better generals during World War II. He sees that the weather is so bad on June 5th, he determines it's safe to go and give his wife a birthday present, which is where he is at during the invasion of Normandy. Hitler, by the way, he is sleeping that morning. His generals refused to wake him up, but it was Hitler's word that was needed to send reinforcements, so there's much needed panzer tanks from the German side that are not there. By the way, one of the better American generals, George Patton, he is also not present at D-Day. He gets in a bunch of trouble for slapping a soldier. The soldier has what we know today as PTSD. Patton looks at him, says he's fine, and when the soldier claims he isn't, Patton slaps him. This goes all over the press. Patton, during the D-Day invasion, is actually leading a ghost army. It's an army of inflated tanks and all of this stuff that's across the English Channel. That army, by the way, is what Germany actually thinks is going to attack because when seen through binoculars, look like a real army. Quick sidebar, but I also want to mention the balloons. Those are called the barrage balloons and are used in a handful of different battles. What they do is they force planes to fly over the balloons, helping anti-aircraft be able to shoot the planes at the higher altitudes. Also, they were tough to see in the dark, so sometimes planes would fly into them, thus stalling out, so those barrage balloons could take down planes. Among many heroic stories, because you can go for days on D-Day, but I do want to talk about the USS Texas, me being a maritime person. The USS Texas was shooting too low and it wasn't being super accurate, so the commander on the USS Texas intentionally flooded its torpedo ports, meaning that the Texas was tilted up so its guns can shoot higher, thus hitting the Germans on some of the hills overlooking the beaches. Anyways, it's a cool story. Look into D-Day. It's incredible. Watch Saving Private Ryan. It's a cool movie. But anyways, hopefully you learned something per always. Love you all.